Hi everyone, I'm Gina from Gina K Designs and your host of Stamp TV. Today on Stamp TV, I'm going to show you how our nesting dies work together. After last week's video, I got a lot of questions about how to achieve this look. So I want to tell you a little bit about our nesting dies and how they coordinate together to make a look like this. So we have 4 different styles in each of our shapes. So we have our nesting circles, we have our nesting circles layers, we have the scalloped circles, and we have the inverted circles. And this also goes for our ovals as well. Now these dies are all made by Cheery Lynn Designs. These circles coordinate with these circles to produce layers. And the way you should think about it is they alternate in size. So each one layers into the next, alternating the purple and the silver, like that, all the way down to the smallest ones. So if you want a really big layer, you would use a silver one inside a purple one. That is our biggest one. Now if you wanted this to be your outside layer, you would go down to the next size purple one. And I've cut some of these out. Here are the purple ones. I cut them all out. And this is kind of a good idea to do. Maybe have a little set of each of them cut out so you can layer them together and take a look at how they look before you decide exactly what you want to cut. So these are the silver ones. They are the layers dies. So I'm going to just put those together over here so that you know that those are the layers dies. Okay, and then for our just regular stackers, I cut 2 different colors because I wanted to show you how to use them. So I have them here in yellow, but I also cut them in red. This way, if I'm doing more than one type of card, I can show you what they're going to look like. Okay. Now the thing about our inverted circles and our scallop circles is these are the same exact size, and these are all 3 purples are the same exact size. So they don't work together to create big layers, but what they do work together to do is to create that small little beaded edge. So I'm going to show you some of that. All right. So here is a set of my scalloped circles that I cut out. And here's a set of the inverted circles that I cut out. They have the kind of pinked edge here. Okay, and so those would go over here with these. Now, if you wanted to do a small layer, just a standard card, you wanted to do a small layer, and then you just wanted a very thin rim around the outside, you would mix the silver dye, which would cut the white, with the purple dye, which would cut the red, and you can see how that looks together. If you wanted a fancy edge, you could either use the purple inverted, or you could use the purple scalloped one, which is this, and get that tiny little scalloped edge around the outside. If you want a bigger scalloped edge, you would go down one size in the purple. So you'd mix 2 purples and go down one size, and that would give you the bigger purple edge. The bigger scalloped edge. Okay. Now to create this beaded look that everybody seems to really like, it looks almost like a little stitched line going around. What I've done is I've taken one of the silver stackers and then one of the inverted circles, like that. And then I put that up against one of the plain circles. Now I don't have a white one here cut, but I can show you with yellow how that would look. You can see that's the way you do that. So it's silver, purple, purple. And then this whole thing went on to a scallop purple. So the only silver one in this mix is the very top one. The rest of these are all purple dyes. So you can see how purples mix together, but they don't create that small layer. If you just want a plain layer, you need to use silver and purple together to create that small layer. So let's do this in action. So I'm going to make one of these, and the way I'm going to do it is to stamp this image right onto this piece of cardstock. I really like this thank you greeting. It also works really well with the birthday greeting from the last Stamp TV kit, the birthday blessings, and we have more of those stamps on the way. And a lot of people ask me what to use these really tiny ones for. And these are actually really cute even to poke holes in and tie them on as a button, a fancy button, or stamp just a little heart or a star and use it as an embellishment. So those are really cute for lots of little different uses. All right, so now I'm going to cut this. I have an A and a B plate. And then I need to find the right die for this, which is the second largest one of our stacking layers dies, the stacker's layers. And I'm going to cut that out. There we go. So now I have that, and I'm going to match it up with that inverted one. And then I need one that is going to be about the same size that allows that little bead to show through. So that's going to be a purple die, because remember, all of these are the same. So I've got to find the purple die that matches, and I'll cut that out in white. Go. So now I have this little sandwich here. Silver, purple, purple, and then purple scalloped will go on the back. And I can use blue, I can use green, I can use whatever color I want to coordinate with my card. In this case, I'm going to stick with the black one. All right, let me show you a card project that I made using some of the pattern paper. Here I have a piece of our black onyx paper, and I've cut a couple strips of pattern paper. Now to lay these out evenly, the best way to do this, and these aren't all the same size. These two are the same size. This one's a little bit smaller, and the measurements are on Stamp TV under the screen. But the best way to do this, our instinct tells us to put the first one down, put the second one down, and then put the third one down. But as you can see, that's not very even. So the best way to do this is to put the top one down first, because these can be tricky. They look very simple, and they are very simple, but if you're trying to do them in kind of that order that would make sense to your brain, it's not going to work. Okay, so the first one is there. Now I'm going to put the second one up here and leave that space in between open. Like that. Same amount of space around the edges. And now I'm going to place this last one, and I can line it up so that both edges are even just by looking at it. So that makes it a ton easier when you're putting any kind of strips down. Kind of work your way toward the center. You can always trim the center one to be a little bit smaller if it's too big, or make a little bit bigger one if it's too small. But that'll give you that nice even spacing like that. And here I've taken that same panel and I've mounted it onto one of our powder blue card bases. So this is a very busy looking card, but it's very simple to create this look. And all I'm going to do is attach this thank you on with some of our foam squares. Now I like to use the large foam squares when I'm using a larger piece like this because I need less of them. I'll just put one on each kind of corner there. If there's corners of a circle, you know what I mean. Okay. And then I'm going to find a place for this. I think I'll just put it right down here in between. And that is a finished card. That's ready to go. But if you want to add something like a nice poofy ribbon to that, you certainly can. I did a ribbon, a very thin gingham ribbon last week, which was very pretty on the side. But let me show you one of our new plaid ribbons. This is our black plaid ribbon, and this, you're going to love this ribbon. It is so soft and so easy to tie. So what I'm going to do is tie a bow with my fingers again, give you one more look at that. So I'm just going to spread my fingers out, and I'm going to hold the tail, spread my fingers out, and go around twice, and then flip it in between my fingers, pull it around, and then I'm going to slide it right under that loop, like this. And then I'm going to pull it toward my knuckles. Okay, and that gives me two tails that are going in the right direction. Okay, then I'm going to slide this off of my fingers. And you can really mess with these. You can play with them for a while until they look exactly the way you want them to look. And this material that this ribbon is made out of is so soft and easy to bend. And then I'm going to cut one tail. And I can tell I've been cutting the wrong things with my cutter bee scissors because they're losing some of their sharpness now. So that is a perfect little bow. And you could wrap that around 3 times and make a triple bow if you wanted. And this little bow can go either on top, like that. If you wanted to move this up, you could be at the bottom, or you can attach it right to the side using a glue dot or some other type of high-tack tape, maybe some score tape or something. So that is my finished card project. I hope today's video helped you understand our nesting dies a little bit better, and I hope you'll give this card project a try. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned to Stamp TV for lots more projects featuring the new Flowers and Frames Stamp TV kit.